We sometimes take it for granted, the natural beauty of forests and parks throughout Missouri. But as Patrick Murphy shows us, there's a major effort afoot to protect the land along one of the most popular parks in the state.
A beautiful fall afternoon in downtown Treelor, Missouri. Treelor is about an hour west of St. Louis on the Katy Trail, Missouri's longest, about 240 miles, and skinniest, about 50 feet, state park, on what used to be the tracks of the Missouri-Kansas-Texas Railroad. Music was provided by the Augusta Bottoms Consort. The Marthasville Volunteer Fire Department proudly displayed their trucks and demonstrated their ability to serve up a seemingly endless supply of bratwursts. The old grain elevator was spruced up with the work of landscape artist Brian Haynes, underscoring the purpose of this shindig, promotion of the Katy Land Trust, an effort to preserve the natural beauty of the land running along the Katy Trail by convincing landowners to pledge voluntarily that their land will not be developed into subdivisions, malls, and big box stores.
What we're trying to do with the Katy Land Trust is first convince people that this area out along the Missouri River that's so beautiful and basically undeveloped should, for people that want to keep it that way, stay that way. And that's what we're doing here today, is trying to illustrate to people what a beautiful area this is.
And we just think that we're so lucky in St. Louis to have all of this available to us in an hour or less, that people can be out on the Katy Trail and be out in the countryside. But really, the beauty of the Katy Trail is enhanced by the bluffs and the vistas from the trail. So we're saying let's preserve the forest and farmland along the trail to enhance the whole experience for everybody.
The Katy Land Trust educates people about how conservation easements can be used to protect their farms and forests from future development. Landowners who don't want all or part of their land to be developed commit themselves and future owners to maintaining it in its current state. Dan and Connie Burkhart committed 200 acres of their farm outside Marthasville, Missouri to the Land Trust.
The Land Trust is an IRS-approved 501c3 organization that has the ability to place a permanent deed restriction on your property if you want to do that. And it is permanent, but it goes on a portion of your property that you want to see protected.
And it's very flexible, so we can still farm it, we can plant and raise our grapes, we can cut timber, do all the things we would do otherwise, but then it can never be developed.
And in so doing, you're protecting it, protecting the wildlife, protecting the drainage properties, protecting the watershed areas, and it has all kinds of great environmental considerations in addition to the scenic beauty of what you're preserving.
The Katy Trail State Park was the idea of the late Ted Jones, founder of the Edward Jones Financial Services firm, and his wife Patsy, who worked to acquire the old railroad bed, convert it to a bike and walking trail, and turn it over to the state of Missouri. It passes through some of the most beautiful land in the state, and now, after 20 years, attracts bikers and hikers from around the world.
All we have to do is make sure that the people that live along this trail understand what an asset it is, not only to them, but to the future generations. And it shouldn't be a hard sell. And if Missouri would just learn to appreciate itself, we wouldn't have any problem at all.
I'm a native St. Louisan, so a lifelong Missourian, and when I'm out here and when we bring our friends out here, people say we've never really appreciated how beautiful the state of Missouri is, because we spend a lot of time on the interstates and bisecting the state in different ways. So it's just a terrific way to ensure that our children and all future generations will have the natural beauty that we have all around us and that we're celebrating today.
And that's why the Katy Trail is the most popular state park in Missouri. And the Division of State Parks has been very helpful to us in this cause because they own and maintain the Katy Trail. They have no control over what goes on outside of the Katy Trail.
The goal of the Katy Land Trust is to preserve that part of the trail along the north side of the Missouri River from St. Charles to Rocheport near Columbia. It's a stretch rich in scenic beauty, Midwestern culture, and history.
It is a treasure. You know, it's a very special place. It's a place where, you know, you pass a neighbor even on a busy city street, you might wave. We've got a lot of century farms in this area where families have been on the land for more than 100 years, and this is one way to help keep that spirit, that legacy of the land going. you can take a deep breath and capture something of what we had in this country many years ago.
For city folk, the trail and the little towns it cuts through offer a perspective of our state that we wouldn't otherwise have.
A lot of us in St. Louis don't even know what a grain elevator is for, but it's part of the story of the MKT Railroad and how the Katy Trail came to be. So everybody's out here learning a lot about the Missouri countryside and our history.
Yeah, the elevator is really a symbol of the agricultural history of this area. And when the elevator was in service, Treelore, the town we're in now, was a hopping place. All the local farmers brought their grain here, and the train that ran on what is now the Katy Trail would take it to market in the cities. And the train is gone now, the elevator's closed, but it's still here to remind everybody about what the area is and what the economy is based on.
So far, more than 2,500 acres along the trail have been committed to the Land Trust. And the work continues, one farm at a time, to preserve a beauty so much a part of our past, we are tempted to take it for granted.